I started to think about it, you know, and plus I drank a lot of whiskey, and then afterwards,
the edge off it a little, I'm
yeah,
guessing.
I just thought, like that. Before you knew it, I was so crazily drunk, like just drunk out of my mind. And so then time passes in a weird way and everything. And my friends, they wanted to leave the bar.
Right.
Like, yeah, let's go, right? And I'm like, ah! I got like crazy all of a sudden, right? So I'm like, why should I leave? We're having fun here at the bar. You guys leave if you want, right? So I was like real drunk, and everybody was like cool. It was like a Western. It had a jukebox, you know, one of those. Guy gives you a whole bottle there, you know, and you go, ah. And then...
That's what you do when you're drinking, ah. You a pirate all of a sudden?
And then he came out, he's in a wheelchair, and he talks like this. He goes, ah. And, he was, I'll get you a couple of hot, dirty broads, you know, and then while you're having sex with them, I'll come into my wheelchair. You know? Who knows what it means? You're not going to walk into a bathroom and all of a sudden Farrah Fawcett's like, ah, you know? You're not going to...
What? I love it.
What I'm saying is, why would a famous...
Wait, what was she doing? What was that, some sort of cervical belt sander thing, or what was that? Oh, Christ, what are you, Linda Blair?
They do. That's what they do. Right?
That's what ladies that I know do. But I'll tell you this about Johnny Depp. He's taken this sexiest man alive thing, and he's using it to his benefit, as all good people in show business should. The new movie he's doing, Pirates of the Caribbean 3, he'll be doing full frontal nudity.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's rated R!
Oh my God! What the hell was that? I pick up the blue.
Why is it that in some sports, like beach volleyball or snowboarding, the women are breathtakingly beautiful, and you would think they would be big, you know, like big. So you think they'd be big monsters of ladies?
Why would you think that, though?
Well, like softball.
Well, we can't be
I keep reading like feud. There's no feud because
No, there's not.
I never did anything to him.
That's right.
For a feud, I'd have to be going, ah! You know? So I take out the mustard, I go, ah! And I throw the mustard out. Yeah. So I go to the gym, and holy Lord, have you ever been to one of these?
No, I don't go.
They're crazy. Yeah. You gotta like, they got the weights, you know? Yeah. That's the big thing,
the big
weights.
weight machines, sure.
So you gotta like lift the weight, it's really heavy, and then you gotta put it down, then afterwards lift it again right away. And it's endless. It's like hundreds of lifting, and then afterwards you're just like sore and you're not vigorous at all. And I don't know how to drive a car, you know.
You don't drive at all?
No, I never learned how.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I don't like them. I find them dangerous, you know? Like, you drive and you're in a car and you're going like 70, and then another car comes, he's going 70, right? And then there's like a foot between you, you know? Yeah. You're like, and they're honking, they're honking. And then who knows what, it's only a foot, you know? You know, like imagine you're in a plane and you're flying and you look out, there's some plane wreckage on a mountain, right? Or a plane comes beside you like 10 feet. He's honking, you know?
That's sky rage.
Hey, wait a second here. Hey! Because that's all the heart understands is violence, you know? And so they get there early, they go, and then your heart's like, I wasn't going to kill him. I am going to preemptively attack my hearse. And before it does anything, I'll just be like, my hearse, like, well, I didn't do anything. You go, right, Sonny, you're not going to. Like, one time I remember I was under the influence of the demon rum, and by God, I started punching my newborn in the face. Yeah. This is the amount of time that you think about sex. Every once in a while, But then the problem becomes, when you think about it, is all you can think about. You know, you're just like, ah, like a f***ing werewolf or something. Like, usually you're a civilized human being. But then every couple of days you're like, ah. The cancer's gonna jump up and go, ah, Uncle Bert's wife. Where is he? I won fair and square. You're like, your mind's gone. Your mind is gone. That's all I know. Like, I am you. My is going, hello? Yeah, hey, Frank, what's going on? Yeah, I remember that shirt. What's about that? I gotta go. You know, because...
Fucking suck that venom. Yeah, you fucking suck that fucking venom. Yeah, you want to spit it out? You got a fucking mouth load. Ah, fucking shoot it out of your face, you fucking cunt. You fucking whore.
Oh, thanks, dude. I didn't get any of that in my mouth.
Yeah, no problem, man. We'll be back with Simon Helber. You fucking sit down.
I noticed because I'm very bad with me being alone with my own thoughts at night. A lot of times if I'm just in a quiet room without the TV on, like I'll just think too much to go to sleep.
Yes.
And it could be anything. It could be like, oh, there's a kind of a program I want to maybe work on tomorrow on the computer. Or it could be, hey, I wonder when I'll die. You know, and that, so I like having the TV on just for that. Are you good with your own thoughts, just laying there in the quiet?
I'm no good.
No?
I try to, because, you know, you try something to get off the whatever the fuck you'd use to quiet your mind, you know? Whether it's booze or whatever the fuck, pills, whatever it is. But I try meditation, try that, you know. To me, it worked the opposite. Like, I'm sitting in a room of people, they go, just close your eyes. They go, thoughts will happen. No fucking kidding. Racing hellish thoughts, you know. And then the guy's like, just let them go. I'm like, ah. And then you open your eyes, you look at some other fuckers right beside you. And I tried it 3 times. I could never get to any place of quiet.
No, I need a lot of distractions, and I could still operate and work. Like I could make myself, you know, go to sleep, or if I'm working on a computer or something, I'm good with the TV on or something like that. But I need this constant little distraction, because if you're just left alone to your own devices, your thoughts will turn horrid.
I stumped a fucking psychiatrist once. I said to the guy, because I was fucking gambling all the time, shit, right? I had a gambling addiction. I'm over it now, but shit. But he said...
I bet you're not.
That's a good one. He almost lost everything.
Oh, shit.
You haven't met Chip.
Yes, Chip Chipperson is very funny.
But he said, the psychiatrist, he said, you're using gambling, you're fixating on gambling in order to escape your real thoughts, you know? And I said to him, isn't that why you do everything in life? And literally, I stumped him.
He had no answer.
He was like, and then he recovered and tried to make it. But isn't that why you do everything?
Yes.
So you're not sitting at home
just thinking
about what's really going to happen to us?
where it all ends?
As I was writing this book over the past year and a half, I began noticing that some of the events and themes described within, loved ones becoming ill, and how comedy gets us through our pain, which is kind of a theme of the book, were coming true yet again. How crazy that I was basically living out many of my tragic moments from the book once more as I was writing it. I find it ironic, yet also sweetly poignant, that life goes in cycles. As the book went to press, I lost my loving mother at the age of 89, a beloved wife, mother, grandmother, aunt, and friend,
She touched countless lives through the generations and will always be remembered. This is for you, Mom. Dolly Saget, 1925 to 2014.
That's made up. She didn't die.
You can't just cry.
I don't want to. I did. I started to cry.
You were starting to cry,
Yeah,
and then
my
you went to
mother.
the joke.
That's the story of
which
how I
is
lost
exactly
my
what
mother.
this book's all about.
It is.
You
And
start to cry and you go to a joke.
You do, because you don't want to let people into that. You have a lot of stuff that's happened in your life, and you don't want to. You and I have talked privately, and
I've had some things, but don't,
see what you do.
Don't bring up
see? But see,
Bob was the first comedian that I ever saw perform when I was a boy, live, and I loved him. But one thing that bonds us as comedians is we're bitter and jealous, and we hate everyone else that has any success. But Bob, honestly, has never had an unkind word for anybody, and I love him, and I hope everybody else does, so I just want to say that. Thank you. So anyways, I'd just like to say, I know that Mr. Letterman is not for the mawkish, and he has no truck for the sentimental, but if something is true, it is not sentimental, and I say in truth, I love you. Oh my God.
Paradise with your body, I don't wanna share. We're making dynamite, explosive love intentions building in the air. Yeah.
How'd you get peace of mind out of the other shit?
Well, when I was this is a weird thing that happened to me when I was young.
Yeah.
I don't know if this means anything.
Let's try it.
I remember it, but it was a moment I had that was, it wasn't religious or epinephic or anything, but it transformed me to some degree, is that I was always fucking so afraid of everything. And if I went to a store, I'd have to walk around forever before I could even face a person in the store to buy a pack of gum. I don't know why the fuck I was like this.
Yeah.
But anyways, when I was 9, there was we lived in rural Ontario, and there was a blind friend of my dad's that I had to, he said, take him to the store. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I have to take this blind fucker? And I'm already shy and shit. So I'm taking him to the store, and then the fucker wants me to explain everything, describe everything to him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, there's some grass over here, and now there's a lamppost, and this guy's all happy. Wow, what about the lamppost? I mean, it's just a lamppost.
Yeah.
So it goes on and on, but something happened to me it sounds bizarre, but something happened to me where I was actually, instead of always looking inward, which I think I'd always done before that one time, I was looking outward. Anyways, while I was talking to him, I suddenly had a sort of a hysteria, like I was laughing. I started laughing and stuff. And I don't even know why I'm remembering this, but I started laughing about everything. And everything seemed like very, very funny to me. And then a couple of weeks later, I saw a homeless guy, and he was talking about, he started talking to me.
Yeah.
And he was talking to me about John D. Rockefeller. He's like, I was at John D. Rockefeller's funeral.
Yeah.
And all this shit.
Yeah.
And I was laughing at him and shit. And then he started laughing. And I was like, it's all fucking crazy shit. Like, something came to me.
Yeah.
Where I started, and so now I find everything funny except like fucking real serious. Like, I have no fear of going on stage or anything, but death and shit.
Right.
And so, but the other thing but the problem with laughing is I will get, it will build to a hysteria sometimes that I have to crank a couple of benzos to prevent a panic attack.
Really?
Yeah, I can get
You
panic
can laugh
attacks.
yourself into an anxiety attack?
Absolutely, yeah. I start laughing, and then it gets out of control, like hysterical. It's and I still have extreme sensitivity to things. Like I can not to life things, but to like literature or art or something like that. I have incredible sensitivity. I kind of have to stay away from it.
Like, what's an example? Like a painting or a...
Yeah, fucking paintings. Like, I don't know anything about art, nothing at all.
Really?
But I have had fucking experiences that have been so hard on me. Like, one time I was in New York, and somebody dragged me to a fucking art museum, which I hate art.
Yeah.
And I was looking at this picture of this girl, and
I was like falling in love with her. She was so fucking beautiful, this fucking girl in this fucking picture.
Yeah.
And then a guide was telling me the fucking thing was written, you know, drawn in the 16th century. Obviously, this lady was dead, long dead.
Yeah.
And here I am fucking in love with her.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, fuck it. I was like so hard on me for so many days. So I try not to. It sounds crazy, right?
Not really.
But I can be very...
it sounds like that's a very good painting.
It was an incredible painting. But like, it would make me cry. I didn't cry at my dad's funeral, though. Like, real life stuff seems so prosaic to me that it never really touches me much.
So you have a sensitivity towards, well, I mean, that's what art's supposed to do on some level.
I guess for people that, like me, that can't access feelings or something, it gets me.
Well, yeah, I mean, I get that with, I can get that with television commercials sometimes if I'm not protecting myself.
Oh, you mean like where they really can manipulate
you?
Well,
you jerk me around, but like I remember there was...
I can be manipulated without, and know I'm being manipulated.
Yeah. Like some movies, I'll just let it go.
Yeah, I know.
But like, if my girlfriend's afraid of something or needs some help, I'm like, I don't know what to... This is crazy. I mean, maybe you should call a friend. I can't.
Maybe it's because we live in fantasy lives or something.
I guess. I remember a kid when I was in grade school, we read Old Yeller. And the dog gets, then they got to put the dog down, right?
That's a motherfucker.
Yeah, and this kid, Jeff, was just like, sobbing uncontrollably as he read out loud. And they had to take him to the nurse because he couldn't pull it together.
Oh, my God.
So that's...
they call it Stendhal syndrome.
So there's a name for it?
Well, there was this guy, Augustine Stendhal or something, some 16th century guy, but he had an art museum that was so beautiful. I don't know if it's anecdotal, but he was at an art museum where people would come in and have nervous breakdowns from the beauty of the art.
But that can go either way with you. It can be laughter or sadness.
Yeah, it's mostly laughter. The sadness doesn't throw me into anxiety. The laughter.
What's the feeling though? Like at a joke, or you're with friends or something, and you can't get it out of your head how funny it is, and then you get anxious because you can't stop laughing.
I guess it's that. Like I laugh a lot. Like
that's fucking great as a comic.
Yeah,
I've
never trusted people that don't laugh. Like I've worked on shows and shit sitcoms and stuff like that where the motherfucker doesn't laugh.
Yeah,
he's the head writer.
Yeah,
I'm like, you're not laughing at nothing.
Yeah,
and I don't
it's
know.
all math to him.
Yeah, it's math. It's like haiku or some shit. And like the best guys I've met are the guys that are able to laugh and fucking
we just saw this footage of you doing these amazing tricks. And I can't imagine doing anything like that. But are there any tricks that you're known for in particular? I know that, different athletes maybe have different moves. Is there one that's kind of yours?
There is. Funny you should mention. It's called the Crippler.
The Crippler?
The Crippler.
Okay, did you come up with that name?
No. Definitely not. My mom, every time I say it, she's like, can't we come up with something more sweet and feminine?
Right.
The Crippler's it's a little scary.
What does the Crippler involve? Describe this move to us.
Okay, so in the half pipe, you have a front side wall and a back side wall. And the Crippler's done on the front side wall. And you're spinning, regular Crippler 540 is 1.5 rotations, and you're also doing a backflip at the same time. So spinning, flipping, that's Crippler.
Wow. Okay, have you been really badly hurt doing this one or no?
Well, it took me a long time to figure out how to do this trick.
Right.
Multiple black eyes, landing on my butt a lot. It took a little while.
Okay.
Being crippled?
No. I didn't. No.
I should have warned you about him.
I know.
He's going to be here the whole time.
Kelly. I love Kelly.
Gretchen.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Gretchen.
Yeah.
No, you want me to say why I said Kelly? Because I was just on the phone with a girl named Kelly. But I'm telling you about this girl named Kelly. She couldn't do no
Crippler.
No 1440.
Yeah.
You ever do a 1440?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
What's the most you've ever done?
900.
900 is
That's
huge.
pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, 900 is...
Andy, I may ask you to take Norm for a walk.
Oh, okay.
Just around the parking lot. Now, Norm, in his own way, brings up a good point.
Right.
Which is there's crazy terms that you use in this snowboarding, right? They don't just say it's the Crippler. is one of them, but
Yeah.
give us some examples of some of the terms people use.
Yeah, so there's, everyone loves to talk about this because the snowboarding lingo is just a little out there. But we have, like, in snowboarding, style is really important, and where you grab your board, it's really important. And so there's some crazy names for grabs, like the chicken salad grab, the roast beef, Japan air, stale fish, slob air.
Do they mean, I mean, is there a reason for those names, or are they just randomly, you're just throwing stuff out like the flosser and the, you know, the onion stew? I mean, you're just throwing stuff out there that has no relation to anything.
You should come up with a snowboard
pie
grab.
and gob gob.
Yeah, maybe if you want to come up with, like, where to grab it and then call it something, and I'll bring it out during
what about
the contest.
like?
Now, here we go. Here we go.
No, she asked, but I like that crippler.
Yeah.
What about the long-suffering death?
Oh, that's a different one. That's different.
She didn't ask, technically.
Yeah, I did. I don't think that.
You're headed into your second Olympics.
I am.
You excited? You must be.
A quick question.
Good
I'm sorry.
God.
I'm sorry.
When I pick up the blue
Why is it that in some sports, like beach volleyball or snowboarding, the women are breathtakingly beautiful, and you would think they would be big, big. So you think they'd be big monsters of ladies?
Why would you think that, though?
Well, like softball.
We can't be women.
American Music Awards. This is exciting. I'm not actually in music, so let me introduce myself. To those of you who don't know me, I'm NORM MACDONALD. For those of you not familiar with me, thank you very much. I am the biological child of Melissa Etheridge and Norm Crosby. So if you want to... Well, that's the big story in music news right now. Melissa Etheridge asked her friend David Crosby to be the biological father of her children. And you know, this was a new experience for David Crosby. Usually when David Crosby picks up a turkey baster, there's a turkey in the vicinity. That's right. He's a fat guy. You know, everyone's so obsessed with their careers nowadays in music, you know what I mean? Here's a kind of a nice story. Celine Dion is retiring from music to try to start a family, you know? And I think she's serious about it, because I just saw her backstage chasing David Crosby with a bucket and a copy of Swank. So I think she's serious about it. I didn't know the Judds were back together. Did you know that? I just saw them. I just saw the Judds backstage. Yeah, you're big Judds fans? I just saw the Judds backstage chasing David Crosby around with 6 mason jars and a ham sandwich tied on a fishing pole. I don't know what it means.
I've been searching for what's missing, but the answer away.
David, Melissa Etheridge has been to the society. Is a very special person. You helped her have 2 beautiful, smart children. How did you decide to give Melissa Etheridge something special?
If you don't pay me now, I'm gonna take this swizzle stick, and I'll be shoving that right up your pee hole.
So that was $11.50, right?
Right.
Yeah, you know top spins?
Yeah, I know how
well,
top
in
spins.
Australia, a top spins the opposite way of a top in America.
It's not funny.
By the way, I saw that film that you recommended me that you called a fantasy, Showa. Horrifying. You make it a habit to hang out with Dax Shepard.
No.
But yet you also know you're good friends with Professor Irwin Corey. And what does it do to you?
Causes diabetes.
Oh, that's terrible. And
Hardening
they
of the
amputate
arteries.
your leg.
Not always. Sometimes you go blind.
Sometimes you go blind. Sometimes both. And then you can't, at least you can't see that you only have one leg.
You know what I like about this show? It's not afraid to take on the issues.
My wife's a slatterny woman.
Sorry to hear that.
Is that the word?
It's a word.
Slatternly. Maybe I'm old-fashioned, you know? But, like, you tell me, because you're a gay guy. But I go into a gym. I go into workout. You know what I mean? I want to work out and I want to get my pecs and lats and shit like that, right? You know what I'm talking about. But then I go into the locker room. Now, the last thing I want to see there is some guy's fucking hot, beautiful asshole. This is what he told me the other day. He goes, it happened.
Fire pit.
He goes, it happened, but he goes, the numbers are all right, all wrong. And then he goes, the other night he goes, 600 or 6 million, it's still terrible. I'm like, oh.
Okay.
And so Mario Cantone, we were at the Hyatt, you know, and me and Howard Busgang and this other guy are smoking a joint. I'm not smoking, but they're both smoking this joint. This was in a very serious time of AIDS.
Norm, are you okay?
Here's I had a black guy open for me, and I got him into the hotel.
No way. Can I ask you a question seriously?
The guy made a mistake.
I'm being honest
The guy
with you.
made a mistake. He had a press conference later, and he said he made an error in judgment.
The guy who ate the guy?
Yeah, he made an error in judgment. Now, what do you think of this joke? When I die, I want my body donated to science, but more specifically, a scientist who is working on bringing dead guys back to life.
Oh, that's just, is that funny at all?
The search continues in the Indian Ocean for the Malaysian Airlines Flight 370 as they listen and try to follow the pings. These guys sound like me always listening for pings. The pings are my Chinese neighbors. Jim and Ellen Ping. Jim, the other day, very nice guy, Jim Ping,
Oh, they really do exist. What is this thing you're doing with your face?
Oh, it's...
Do you have allergies?
No, I'm not used to these glasses, but he was very nice.
So you think that's going to help?
And he lent me... is that the face I'm making?
Well, one time I thought you were joking around. You were looking at me like, get a close-up. I hope you had a close-up. Roll it in now if you didn't show it
sounds
before.
like this guy's jimping to...
Let me his abacus
I want to do
yesterday.
this.
Jesus!
Oh, come on, that's not a Chinese guy.
I wasn't saying it was.
That was kind of
What are you,
racist.
Mickey Rooney?
Hey, come on.
I know he's dead,
Have
but
a little
Mickey Rooney
respect.
did a very racist thing like you just did in a movie called Breakfast at Tiffany's by the wonderful Truman Capote.
I wasn't doing anything racist, and you know it. But go ahead.
And so Norm was headlining, and I think there were 3 or 4 comics who were doing 5, maybe 8-minute sets. And at that time, it was all the material they had. You know, they were new comics. And okay, I've polished off my set. I got these jokes, and now I'm going to go out with this guy who's a great headliner, and we're going to do this big corporate gig. And so at the gig, as they were starting, Norm off the top said, I'm just going to go out there and kind of warm up the crowd, you know, do a little teaser, and then you guys do your sets and I'll come back. So Norm went up and apparently did everyone else's material. Did all the, is this the story?
Oh
did
my
all their
God.
jokes. And what I loved is what I was told to me. They're like, first off, those are the only jokes we had. But the worst thing about it is Norm's jokes were better. Like our jokes were, he had 3 hours and he was going to do an hour on this show. So he was only doing it to fuck with them. Oh, and he said, but we were just mortified because it's like, it's not like we have a lesser 5 minutes. We can grab. It's like, that was everything that we He went, and
What did
then
they
when he
do?
came off, it was just a joke. And he's like, that was
Your
crazy.
turn.
Yeah, your turn.
Oh my
And so
God.
I think they just went up and flopped and like tried to do crowd work and tried to. And I liked the motivelessness of it.
Yeah.
It was
I know.
Just
and then
because
you had to drive with him like for an hour.
You
afterwards.
would.
Hey, wasn't that great when I did your acts?
What were you thinking? I must have been crazy.
That's also only a joke for the other comics.
Oh, yeah.
The audience
It's as
doesn't
inside
know.
as it gets.
Yeah.
They saw like a pretty okay opening, and then what the hell happened in the middle?
Right.
And then
Yeah.
the guy that closed came back, and he was
still
really
went out
good.
and killed.
Yeah.
I just love that.
Yeah.
Oh
me
my
too.
God.
Mhm.
Well, that's mortifying.
And then he also didn't get any NPR swag. It happens at all levels. Yeah.
That does make me feel better.
And joining us in the show before the show living room is host of Norm MacDonald Live on YouTube, the wonderful Norm MacDonald.
Yes, and Jenny, all the stars are here.
Do you want a microphone, Norm?
Yes. Is that my tree?
What a disaster.
Jenny, all the stars are here.
It's true.
Beardy Man, Claude Racine, Dax Flame, Betty Fine.
You got it.
And Raphael Fine. All the stars
You really keep up with all that
are
stuff.
here tonight. Oh, yes. Harley Morenstein is here.
All right. And we also have comedian Todd Glass. He'll be hanging out backstage with some of tonight's guests. And on the red carpet, we've got comedian Kulap Viley Suck and host...
I feel like Todd will be struggling to know these people.
I'm sorry, I'm going to continue with the what the computer says, Norm, although I'd
I'm
love
sorry.
to talk to you more than this computer.
We're on
but
the
I have to do
computer.
what the computer says, even though I do love you, Norm. I think you're one
Okay.
of the best. We're also going to be talking to the
Well,
host
I'm no Harley Morenstein.
You're not, Norm, but you gotta just let me read this fucking thing.
We're joined by the talented trio called the Lonely Island.
Yeah,
Who
you
will
know
be
what I
on the
call
big.
them?
What do you call them?
I call him Sandberg and the other couple of fellows.
The Mind Squad
The
is
other
how Rolling Stone put it.
Hey, can I ask a serious
beautiful.
question? I mean, fuck all these jokes. like when you name yourselves, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever have fucking moments of regret later because it's permanent, almost like a tattoo?
Absolutely. Yeah, the Lonely Island, I was outvoted.
Oh, you were?
What
Yeah.
were the other runner-up names?
Our first album was called Incredibad, and I wanted that to be the name of the band. But I
We would
lost.
have had regrets about that too, though.
Probably.
Let's be honest.
There's no winning when you're a comedy troupe.
Right.
It all
Yeah,
sucks.
you're a troop. How do you guys feel in your bodies? Do you feel healthy and strong?
Absolutely not.
I could be eating better.
Yeah.
Yeah, digestion could be going better.
Yeah. I feel like that about
Hey,
myself.
enough of these fucking jokes. Can I ask one more serious question?
Hit me with a real one, Norm.
real one.
Sandberg, when you went to SNL,
Yeah.
you went different than anybody else because you were already a fucking big hit, right?
I don't think so. Is that true?
We were definitely
No.
not a big hit. No.
Oh, Saturday Night Live made you guys a big hit?
Yeah, I mean, we had a small internet following.
Oh, so the computer doesn't really work to make you a big hit?
I mean, that was like 17 years ago, right? How long ago was that? It was a while ago. It's changed now.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you started Incredibad,
Slash The Lonely Island.
yeah, The Lonely Island, what's the significance of that name, though? That's what really I wanted to ask. The Lonely Island. You think of all islands as kind of lonely.
Do you really want to hear the story?
Yes, please.
I do
I can do a
too.
real short version, which is just basically it was what we called the apartment we lived on Olympic with all the traffic. It was a sarcastic name from a sarcastic Tennessee Williams style sketch we did about the apartment. Akiva wrote a one-act play.
God damn, I wish I had a time machine.
To see that
so great.
action.
Yeah, no, to take back my question.
Thought you were going to say to murder Hitler.
I would not. You know, people always fucking want to murder Hitler with their time machine, right? But then I feel if I got back there, I'd be afraid of falling under the spell of his fucking beautiful eyes.
It's true. You
and
want
oratory, and
he
then,
locked in the gaze.
yeah, and then I join the fucking party,
That's
knowing
his
me.
thing. He gives you his full attention. You're like, whoa,
All
wait
right.
a minute. Maybe there's
Norm,
something to
I'm
this guy.
No, but before you ask another serious
Believe
question,
it or not,
I
they're
gotta
telling
move on.
us to wrap it up. I don't exactly
I
know
want to.
why you
Wrap
guys.
what? This was fun for everyone.
It's the
For the
Lonely
record,
Island, guys.
I would have killed Hitler. So thanks, gentlemen.
Can I just clarify? if I did go back in time to kill Hitler, I would do it.
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't get
That's
lost
the-
in
that's
his
the front
eyes and
door
then
choice.
bail.
Yeah.
Just so I don't get like
thanks for
hit
having
from
us.
all the like
I know all the
defamation
Yeah,
leads.
no,
Yeah, yeah.
You would
Yeah.
end it. Yeah.
Pro.
Listen, man, I'm sorry about.
We got to wrap it up.
I'm sorry
It's
about
over.
bringing up Hitler.
You really brought this live show to a new
This is
low.
the first one, right? This is your first interview?
It's just going to get worse.
This is the first time I've ever been interviewed.
If you can bring Hitler into all of them, they're going to ask you back for sure, which is I know what you want.
That's what we're all hoping for.
Okay, tell him to go now.
Or you could just be
Hey, I
dressed as
love
Hitler.
you guys, man. Rock tonight.
Love you guys. Love you.
Thanks, guys.
Good to see you.
Goodbye.
You too, buddy.
I'll take my trash. I'll take my trash.
Oh, we're back. I just have word that all the stars are out. Rhett McLaughlin and Charles Lincoln Neal just were spotted. All the stars. It was good to see those workaholic guys because I personally am a workaholic. For many years, I was helplessly addicted to workahol. The Roastmaster General Jeff Ross joins us.
Hi,
Yes.
Jeff.
Welcome.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, you got the first
Hello, world.
applause. Yeah.
Norm, this is so fun. Thank
Yeah,
you for having
man.
me on your live podcast.
It's always fun to see you without a giant cloud of marijuana smoke between us.
Well, it's outdoors. It drifted away.
Yeah, how you doing, buddy? You got your hair cut a little.
I had a little trim. I was at the doggy groomer for 2 hours today.
Now, I have a question, Jeff. You usually show up wearing something very exotic.
Yeah.
Why the denim today?
I dressed like Billy Jack.
Yeah.
You look sharp.
great.
I like
I
it.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
We're trying to up my game for the live YouTube show.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you're a hot fucking piece of ass.
Look at that. I do all my shopping at the mall. Have you ever been to Forever 41?
Forever 41.
Norm, you're
Listen.
dressing like you're going to help somebody move. You're wearing sweatpants to the biggest show in YouTube history.
This is the biggest show on the internet.
You dress like you're going to paint the set.
He can't help himself. I gotta ask you this though. Hey, I saw, by the way, on the computer, a show you do now called Morning Roast. Unbelievable. You wake up in the morning, you turn on your computer, there's Jeff Ross waking up himself, roasting somebody. How's that work?
Well, whatever comes to my hungover head, I just start making fun of, and
Yeah.
I put it up on my YouTube page.
God damn, it's funny.
Who should I roast this week?
What about Cassim?
Yeah,
It would be an honor
Cassim.
if you could just do me.
He's an Arab, if that helps.
I only roast celebrities, Cassim, so you're off the hook.
Thank you.
What do you dress like? You're like Harry Potter's accountant.
You just not that up.
Well, I want to thank Jeff Ross for turning the mirror on me today. Back to you guys over there.
Like the inventor of a cure of some disease we haven't thought of yet. Look at you, like Orville Redenbacher's fluffer. I don't know.
Norm, do you know that you can watch live stream stuff on your phone?
I
or
don't
tablet?
believe that's true. I know I can watch it on my computer, but I don't believe I can watch it on anything other than my computer.
Today is a day for you then. Guess what?
What?
Google, our
Yeah.
friends at Google here,
Sure.
sent us a free Nexus 7 tablet.
Really?
Well, they sent it to you.
Don't say us.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't say us.
It was just you.
Yeah.
Norm.
Let's not get all fucking plural.
Thanks, Google.
Thanks for nothing, Google.
What I wanted to show you is how easy it is to watch yourself and other live streams on your tablet device.
On the computer.
On the computer.
Yeah.
Go ahead and hit play there.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
right
I
there
see.
in my-
It's so simple.
You see your face?
Oh yeah, it's me with a huge fat fucking face.
Yeah, I didn't want to be the one to say it.
Yeah, I've been having a lot of trouble. My doctor, he said he's not a very nice guy. He said, open your mouth and say oink.
Yeah, you need to get better insurance, Norm.
Insurance? He was calling me a fat pig.
Well, I mean, nobody's going to disagree with him.
Oh, Cassim.
I'm sorry, Norm. I've got an acid tongue.
You do. You're an acid-tongued Arab.
Well, here's this.
Well, that's very
for
kind of
free.
you. Thank you very much.
Say thanks to Google.
Thanks, Google. I appreciate it.
Thanks for nothing, Google.
Yeah, thanks, Google.
Yeah, back to you
What the
guys
hell?
over there.
Oh, baby.
Hey,
That's dangerous.
it is dangerous. Oh, here we go. We've got creator and the star of Comedy Central's hit series, the Sarah Silverman program, and she's a member of the comedy collective Jash, and also Sarah Silverman is a wonderful person that I'm really happy to be around right now.
Thank you, Jenny Slate.
Straight up, sunglasses.
You know how I feel about you and about sunglasses.
How do you feel?
I feel good. I hope this our bit works out. We'll see. It'll be fun.
Hey,
Norm, thanks for dressing up.
Hey, Sarah, listen, man. Congratulations. That's the 100th time that joke's been done tonight. But I also want to tell you, I have a bet with Daniel Kellison, a rather large figure.
Daniel Kelson, who put this whole thing together,
Yeah.
way over his head.
He says you
he
can.
did it.
He says you can explain what the fuck Jash is.
Jash is
Pay up, fucker.
Jash is a comedy collective, a United Artists, if you will. Uniting myself, Reggie Watts, Michael Cera, and Tim and Eric. And what do? We do whatever we dream up. We shoot it, and it goes on there. We can fail, we can do well. It's total freedom.
No offense, but it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook.
You got me, Norm.
I mean, I've never heard the word collective.
I know, but
Leon
Daniel
Trotsky.
puts buzzwords in my head, and then I just...
No, I was just thinking, because they have that Viagra thing out.
Yeah.
And the other day, Bob Dole came right out and said...
He was one of the first.
Yeah. And, you don't want to hear about Bob Dole's cock, I mean, President Clinton's cock, Bob Dole's cock, what the hell? But mostly, an old man like that, you don't want him to have a super hard cock. You know what I mean?
Why?
Why? Because an old man, you want him to be got a pipe going, a newspaper, the dog at his feet there.
Well, that in some corners is considered pipe.
Oh. But now they're going to have to create some goddamn pill that makes women aroused at the sight of a fucking 70-year-old dude with a super hard cock. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. This Viagra. It's insane. And you know what it's for? Impotent people. All right?
Yeah.
It's for impotent guys. So get this. I read this. The pill can make your cock hard for 4 hours.
Right.
So now, who has the 4-hour hard cock? The impotent guy. The rest of us are fucked. Me and you got our regular cocks. Meanwhile, fucking Spade is,
Oh, man. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it coming.
Dude, I know you didn't. He brought it all around and then a vicious rip kick into his best friend's gut.
Once there's too much cock talk, I try to just zone out for a minute until it goes back the other way.
If there's too much cock talk, this guy has fevered nightmares all night. Dreams, I mean, like sweaty, fevered dreams from the cock talk that's been all over his head.
Why bury me twice? He's killing me.
No, he's a good man.
That erased it. All right.
No, he's a good man.
Who cares?
After all that, that's the whiteout he puts on.
Yeah, I know, it's awesome.
After he talks about you doing chin-ups on cock for 18 minutes. No, he's a good guy.
I was having dinner, and then I was going to take the red eye back, and I was to pick up Norm MacDonald in my rental car, and we're on the same flight back. But I think he was in first class and I was in coach. So I went to Soup Plantation before and had dinner with some friends, and then it just hit me like your story that I don't know if you told while we were doing this.
Yeah, 5-pound weight dropped down in your belly.
That happened to me, and I had the diarrhea of a lifetime in the bathroom at Soup Plantation. Like,
not a luxurious bathroom.
Like when you think it's over and you've cleaned up and you're getting up and you stand up and you go, oh my God, it's starting all over again. It was like that. It was like I was sweating, like I wanted to take my shirt off.
Yeah.
So I'm like sick. I'm sick. Okay. So I clean myself up, and I go to pick up Norm MacDonald, who I worshipped, at that time, and I pick him up, and we're driving. I've never told this story. I've never told him this. And we're driving to the airport, and Norm goes, "What the fuck? It smells like fucking diarrhea in this car." And I'm going, what? And my heart is going bam, 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 bam. And he goes, did you fucking shit in your pants? And I go, what? I don't know what you're talking about. And I we roll down our windows. And I'm thinking, what is he smelling? Like, I must have stepped on it or something. Like it literally, I don't know what it was. And to this day, I was clean. I swear to God.
And this was your worst nightmare.
It is still to this day probably my worst nightmare. And he's going, fucking smells like fucking diarrhea in this car. And I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you, Norm. But in my heart, my heart is just like pounding out of my chest. And I'm just like, what is wrong with me? And I'm feeling it again. And then we get to the airport, and I go to the bathroom, and I'm totally clean. I don't know, like, I'm still to this day, like, I don't know if I, like, it was on the bottom of my shoe.
Or maybe in, like, that, when your underwear and pants form a little hammock underneath you.
I don't have that. I'm a lady.
Yeah.
I don't know, or maybe it was a crazy coincidence. It makes more sense that Norm shit his pants and was like yelling at me for shitting his pants. I mean, he's a guy who literally took a shit and then forgot to wipe and walked away and pulled up his pants because he was like on the phone. So anyway, he just told that story on Stern, I think. That was it. He boarded the plane, did not even like say goodbye or anything. He just like got on the plane way before me, and I never saw him again until we got to work on Monday.
Wow.
But I've remained good friends with him, but
You never told him this story?
No, I've got to ask him about that. I guess what is there to ask?
Well, he listens to every podcast, so he will probably reach out to you
Let's
after
get
hearing
this
Can you imagine
out.
if he was still angry, like all these years later?
No,
you fucking denied it?
Well, that was what's scary is he was angry. It wasn't like, oh my God, do you smell that? What is that? Is that this area? I hope you don't think that's me.
You always give somebody an out.
It was just an accusatory anger.
Wow.
And I wanted to,
shit your pants.
honestly wanted to just drive the car into a wall and kill us both.
Wow.
Would have been less embarrassing.
It's been so long since you came around. Need one more chance to make this right. So stay.
This is what Norm just didn't care about anyone. This a quick story. Pamela Anderson is on it. Every time a hot chick would come on, Catan would go over the top to like, oh my God, he'd write a sketch. We're gonna make out. She's hot. She's with Tommy Lee Hammer. Back off.
Yeah, right.
I mean, come on. So he writes a sketch, and they do this sketch where it's the Twilight Zone when everyone's in pig face or something.
Right.
So that's the goof. So me, Catan, we're all in it, and Norm is the guy who's got to go, imagine if you will. And Norm doesn't read sketches, and he's a pro.
Right.
So he would rehearse it and go, hey, imagine if you will, second time, and Catan would go, oh my God, you don't even sound like him. Why would you do that? And I would stand and go, Norm, you gonna hit him back? Like, you gonna say something to him? You just gonna take that from this guy? Now we go to a dress show, which has audience, and it's being filmed.
Right.
And again, he starts punking into Norm on the set.
Right.
He's going, oh my God, Norm, you gonna do it right? It's my only sketch.
Right, you don't sound like Rod Serling.
He's like, hey, imagine 10, 9, and we're on. And, hey, imagine if you will. And he knew the deal.
Right.
Now we go to air. And Norm still hasn't said nothing. Every time Catan would say something to him, I'd look at Norm like, hey, man, you're my hero. What's up? Because if you're not going to say something, I will.
Right.
And sure enough, he'd give me like a wink. I swear to you, he'd give me a wink. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Live Air comes on. And I'm like, 20 seconds to the Twilight Zone sketch. He starts up again. We're mic'd, the whole audience is listening. He's like, oh, my God, Catan. Norm, you better sound like... Oh, God, Pamela, you're so hot. Norm, Pamela, I can't wait if you ever get rid of... 10 seconds! Norm turns to Catan. Right before his head, he goes, hey, Pamela, did Chris tell you he's gay yet? And he's got all this rage because he likes being gay. Everyone, why don't you just say you're gay and you wouldn't have all this anger and be a pester? 5 seconds! And you wouldn't have all this rage and try to interrupt everyone's sketch because you suck this week. And we're on! Imagine if you will. I'm like, there's my hero. There's my hero.
See, he knew to save it for the live.
Are you going to do another special?
Yeah, I'm going to do another kind of a different type of special.
What do you mean?
But, well, I haven't quite figured it out yet, but when I do, you'll be the first to know.
Good.
If Norm was going to build his super team of like a comedy tour, who would it be? Who would you have on that tour with you?
Oh, I'd pick Brian Regan.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there'd be three. So it'd be Brian Regan, me, and Chris Bosch.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Oh, yeah. No, he's more of just his face.
Yeah, he looks like a Simpson. Right?
Looks like a velociraptor.
Yeah, he does.
A raptor.
He does.
You know what is funny is the other night I was watching when you had Bob Saget on your show, and I videotaped it with my phone.
He said it to all of us.
Yeah, I said it to all my friends about the part where you guys were doing the joke thing, and you see, whenever you start talking about black weed, Saget gets so uncomfortable. Hilarious.
Saget is funny. If you hang out with Saget, he's so famous because he had those 2 shows that were so gigantic, you know?
Yeah.
So anyways, everyone recognizes him everywhere he goes.
Everywhere.
All they ever say is, "You're Bob Saget." And then he goes, "Thank you."
Would you have taken those gigs, Norm?
Oh, no, I would not, no. I've done stupid non-accepting things before. Like one time I didn't accept this thing, because I don't know how anything works, and then it was a cartoon, and then it became a really popular cartoon, and then later my manager said, "Oh, you would have made huge money off that." I'm like, "Oh, you should have told me." I thought a cartoon was just made no money, you know. But
Norm MacDonald's the greatest, dude. Thanks for coming on again. You're always awesome.
Thanks, man. Peace.
All right, take care.
New songs on the radio sounding fake. Prince and Genesis for better anyway. Anyway, am I just being too real, or is my mind going crazy out here, or am I losing control of my mouth? I can't shut it down, can't shut it down. Is it just me who feels this way? Is there somebody else who's not okay? Could you tell me, is it me?
You know, this kind of backlash happens so fast now because of social media. And, you know, Adam, I know you've been involved with the Comedy Store for a long time, but when Louis jumped up at the Comedy Cellar the other night, a couple weeks ago, the Cellar's taken a lot of heat from people who were not necessarily customers.
Right.
You know, people
Yeah.
on, you know, the other side of the country or whatever. And we didn't, you know, we never had that kind of thing happen before.
No.
Well, I'll tell you this, and I did not know this, and maybe you do. Comedians have gone up against Louis.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was talking to some
Comedians have said this guy should not be able to ever perform again.
Yeah, I mean, I taught, you know, they all come.
You know, if you're a murderer, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
go.
sorry. I'm sorry. But if you're a murderer, you go to jail, and they let you off, whatever, 20 years later, and you try to get a job as a busboy. And if the guy says, "I'm not hiring that guy, he murdered," you know, and you go, but he did his penance, you know, and now you give him a job. That's the humane thing to do. And people go, "Well, what about the murdered person?" And you go, "Well, of course, he got worse. You know,
yeah,
the guy that lost his life, he's doing worse." But it doesn't mean you can't forgive, or it's impossible to forgive. I also don't feel anyone owes me an apology in public. You know, I think personally that you owe an apology to anybody that you did ill to. You owe an apology to people that your actions hurt in a financial way or an emotional way. But nobody owes me an apology, you know.
So that's where your shock about comedians comes from.
Yeah, because I don't understand why they're so, you know. I guess I just don't understand how there can be no rules. You know, if the rules are drawn out and set down, then that's one thing. But you know, I always thought the audience would decide whether you're an objectionable comic or even a good comic. You know, and so Louis went up here at the Comedy Cellar, and the audience let him know
I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. But if the audience don't like him, then the club won't book him. I mean, that's how things work. And, just because your heart can break for more than one person at the same time, and a person can do a bad thing and you can feel sorry for that person while feeling worse for the person that had the bad thing done to them. This is all so self-evident. It's hard for me to unpack, but I wanted to use the word unpack.
Well, we also always think of comedians being 100% free speech and stuff like that. And I don't know whether you followed this at the New Yorker Festival, but they had Steve Bannon booked to come in and do an interview, and all the big comedians said, I'm not going to be there if somebody interviews Steve Bannon. And it wasn't a thing of, hey, we're giving an award to Steve Bannon,
right.
but it was a chance for somebody from the New Yorker to interview him, and who knows what direction that would have went into. But people like Judd Apatow and I'm trying to think of who, Patton Oswalt I know was in it, and even Jimmy Fallon, they all said, well, we won't perform. We won't come and do the panel. And I'm always surprised by that angle.
Yeah, I think a lot of people feel, my brother's a foreign correspondent, and he did a 4-year documentary on neo-Nazis, and he interviewed all the neo-Nazis in the world, from the Ernst Zundel all the way up to David Irving, and he didn't become a Nazi, at all.
Right.
And so I think people go, I certainly wouldn't be a Nazi by hearing this, but Americans, other than me, Americans are just people that will believe whatever they hear, and I think that's nonsense. I think that if there was a Nazi, a person could go watch him because it seems like an entertaining thing. Just the same way you listen to a guy screaming on the corner of the street, you stop and listen to him.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I would agree with you, except for I learned from your show that Adam was in a cult for 3 years. So I guess some people are easily molded.
I just want to stress it was not a Nazi cult.
These cult leaders, they have a good gig going.
Yeah, yeah.
And they all fall for the same trap, which is they start fucking everybody.
Yeah.
And if you just,
not in that cult
you have a good life.
Yeah.
People show up, they give you all your worldly
everything.
goods. You got all the money, and then you start having sex with the ladies. Then, drunk with power, you're not even gay. You start having sex with the men as well. And, and then people go, hey, I was watching Fred fuck your wife the other day, and I was thinking, any chance he's not Jesus?
Did you ever work at the Comedy Store?
No, Mitzi didn't like me.
What?
She didn't care for me.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know about. I wanted to hear about that, your history with the store. I was there a few months ago and you popped in with Sebastian.
Yeah.
I think it was your first time on stage there since 1979 or something.
Man Cow. What's his name?
It's Maniscalco.
That's it, you got it.
Yeah, Man Cow. Sometimes he just goes by that as by itself.
Yeah.
He interviewed me once. You were very respectful of the audience. Mm-hmm. And you don't fuck around. You entertain the audience.
I do, sir.
And some people, some comics, seem to have no regard for that.
That's their prerogative.
Right. Mr. Dangerfield, what I liked about him, and it was kind of a throwback to Benny and Hope and all those guys, is he had the greatest jokes.
Yeah.
But he not only had the greatest jokes, he talked funny, and he looked funny, and he moved funny. Now, thought must have been behind every one of those actions, you know?
Uh-huh.
And did you ever think of doing that? Did that ever occur to you to physicalize? I think the only guy I can think of is Brian Regan off the top of my head that has great jokes and a funny voice and
Sebastian Mancow.
Sure.
Also has some wonderful physicality.
Yeah.
I think he's maybe one of the best physical comedians I've ever seen.
Is that right?
That's also a great stand-up. There were guys like Charlie Callis who they would sell the joke with, and they would do funny physical things, but the act really wasn't much.
No.
So now you have a guy who can move funny and has great stuff. That's a powerhouse.
Yeah. And have you ever considered publishing a book that tells all that how-to book?
No, but I have considered some way to pass along what I have accumulated. I don't really know how to do it. Do you have any ideas?
Well, perhaps you could executive produce a show with Sebastian Mancow as the star.
I could do that, yeah.
And
Well, what fun is that, though? Where's the fun part for me?
No, there's no fun for you.
There's no fun for me.
No, that's true. But what's the fun for you in giving a homeless guy spraying a handful of quarters and watching him dodge in and out of traffic? No, but I'm saying there's...
That question answers itself.
No, but listen, man. I'm not afraid of no monsters, you know? When you think about it, man, we spend most of our adult life petrified of monsters, you know? And I'm just I'm saying enough, man. You know? I'm not gonna live under the tyranny of these monsters that walk among us, you know? If they get me, they get me. And some of them I don't even know what's so scary about them. Like now they got a movie I've seen, Wolfman, you know, which is very scary, right? A Wolfman, you know, they got a movie, and it's like a werewolf. I think it's exactly the same. I'm not sure. I haven't studied it close enough. But I believe, like, if a Wolfman came at you and stuff, you went, a werewolf. People wouldn't go, it's a Wolfman, you idiot. But my point is this. I am not afraid of a wolfman or a werewolf because when you think about what they are, they're half man and half wolf. So therefore, I am only half afraid of them as I am of a wolf. And there's no movie called The Wolf. See, if you got a wolf man, half the time he's a man. You can reason with him. Yeah? You can sit down, have a cheese sandwich. But a wolf, man, you can't reason with a wolf. A wolf only wants to eat you. So I'm not afraid of a werewolf. I'm not afraid of ghosts. They don't scare me, you know? Not at all. I mean, I don't want to say I'm invulnerable to fear, but they simply don't frighten me. You know? First of all, what do, you know? They just go, which that's not that scary to me. Yeah? And then they're invisible. They're like, and then you're like, what? You're invisible. You can put your hand through them. That kind of a person never frightens me. You know the kind of guys that frighten me? You ever meet those guys where you can't put your hand through them? I don't care for those fellas. But when I can put my hand through them, doesn't scare me in the least. This is how unscary they are. I was at a hotel a couple of weeks ago,
in the lobby, they were saying they were bragging about there was a ghost in the hotel. You know, how scary can that be? You know what I mean? They're like, oh, every night, Mary with the blue dress. That was her nickname. She was murdered, and she hangs around the bed. You know what I mean? And she'll come over, and so beware, because Mary with the blue dress, which was her nickname, which was an odd nickname because you'd think her nickname would be Mary the Ghost. You know. When they came time to pick out her nickname, you know, I think they were like, oh. They go, hey, what do you notice about Mary that makes her distinctive? We got to come up with a nickname for her. I know she wears a lot of blue dresses. She seems to have an affinity toward blue dresses. You're talking about Mary, right? The transparent lady? So I would call her Mary the Ghost, and anyways. And all they seem to do is complain, these ghosts. You ever know what I'm saying? I was like, I can't. Everything's wrong. They're never happy or nothing, you know? They're like, something bad happened to me, and if I don't get it cleared up, I have to travel all through the world in pain and sorrow, you know? And then I'm like, well, I do too. What the hell? At least you get to walk through walls and stuff. You get to do cool stuff. I think I'll have some more water. I love water.
Some of you may have heard I had an amazing week last week when I got married. And I've had such a great time that I decided to let them show the video of my wedding. So here it is.
Deal was cash.
Here I am talking with the caterer. He did a really wonderful job.
6 months ago.
Well, I never said cash.
The deal was cash.
Here, I'm sure this will cover it. It's from the spellings. What are you doing? Turn that thing off. Connected to our senses. Found a way to let you in.
Probably no institution in this country is as burdened with the problems as the American prison system. Here to update Here to comment is update correspondent Norm MacDonald. Sorry, Norm. Hello.
Thank you. You know, I've always been afraid of going to prison, and I was thinking about it the other day, and I realized that what scares me most about going to prison isn't the loss of freedom or the stigma or even the separation from family. For me, the scariest thing about going to prison is, it's the anal rape. And it's always kind of puzzled me that they never seem to, touch on that during the sentencing. It's the worst part of the whole deal, and the judge doesn't even mention it. There's probably guys who go to prison and don't even realize what's in store for them, because they're not as streetwise as you and me. Can you imagine that? You're sent to prison, the first night there, there's the anal rape thing there, the next day you see the guy in a prison cafeteria there, and you go, hey, buddy, hey, I got a bone to pick with you, pal, hey. Let me tell you something, you were way out of line last night, way out of line. It's ridiculous.
How'd you like if I did something like that to you? Huh? How would that be? No, you wouldn't like that too much, would you? No. Let me just say, that was one of the most selfish, inconsiderate things I've ever been involved with. What were you thinking? Or were you even thinking? I mean, what's got into you? I turn my back on you for a second, you pull a stunt like that? It's ridiculous. And another thing, don't be telling Johnson I'm your bitch. I'm not your bitch. That's crazy. I'm not even gay. I tried to tell you that last night, but you wouldn't listen. No, you wouldn't listen, would you? I have a good mind to go to the warden about this. It's crazy. And you know what hurts the most, pal? You know what? I trusted you. That's what hurts the most. You know? Well, actually, the anal rape hurt the most, but trusting you is second. A distant second, I'll tell you that. Anyway, I'm so angry I can't even talk to you right now. You know, I'll just leave you with this. You got a lot of growing up to do, pal. A lot of growing up, I'll tell you that. Anyway, that's what scares me most about going to prison. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, Ron. How you feel?
I saw Jimmy Brogan one time, and he was like, you wouldn't curse.
Right.
And heckled mercilessly at the Laugh Factory. And so the guy was like, you fucking cocksucker. He's like, very nice, sir. Yeah, very good, yeah. Do you talk to your mother like that? Yeah, why do you suck my cock, you fucker? Very nice, yeah. Good, good for you then.
That's a funny way to handle that, isn't it?
Sometimes I was a little blue on stage.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I just try to avoid Jimmy. Because he'd seek me out and go, you know, you're a funny guy. You got some good jokes. You don't have to do that.
That's a funny impression.
That one time, Michael Richards, this was before the catastrophe.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm going to go across the country. He would walk on stage and fall and hit it. And the funniest thing I've ever seen. And then he'd start talking about the Bible. And then he said to me, he goes, I'm going to go around the country. Do you think a man could live inside a whale? I go, I don't, you shouldn't start talking about it. The only guy I can really do is Richard Nixon. He's being interviewed by David Frost.
Right.
And you know, they made a movie where they pretended David Frost
Frost
won,
Nixon.
but in the real tapes, Nixon won, you know, clearly.
Right.
But anyways, it was very funny because Nixon would use the ridiculousness of Watergate against his interlocutor.
Right.
And so David Frost was interviewing Richard Nixon.
Right.
Because Watergate was so ridiculous, Nixon would use that for his own benefit. So at one point, David Frost goes, now, Mr. Nixon, when E. Howard Hunt and Gordon Liddy entered the Watergate hotel and broke into the room, at that moment, they were carrying listening devices and wigs. Richard Nixon goes, well, I suppose that they were carrying listening devices. Perhaps you could call them hearing devices. And wigs. Says now when Howard Hunt and G. Gordon Liddy broke into the Watergate Hotel, they were wearing wigs and listening devices. And Richard Nixon goes, well, I suppose you could say they were wearing listening devices, or perhaps you'd call them hearing devices. And wigs.
I never knew that you had such a flair for impressions. They're really, really good impressions.
I don't do impressions, but I just...
And the Jimmy Brogan, I've never seen anybody do Jimmy Brogan. That was great. I love the Jimmy Brogan.
I went to Rodney Dangerfield's club when I was in Century City in Los Angeles. He opened one.
Yeah.
For a short time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so the comics would come up, and then after the comics came up, he'd come up. And he'd be wearing his pajamas half the time.
Right, yeah.
And so he'd take questions from the audience. It was funny because most of the questions were jokes, but then suddenly he'd be honest. So they'd go, you know, how's your dog? Hey, you kidding, Viddy Moomba, you know. You know, last week he said he had 4 cases of VD. He's all right now, you know. But it's like, you know, how's your dating life going, Rodney? Are you kidding, you know?
I need your love. You free my mind.
This is what I saw him one time. It was the day he got married. He stopped at the Improv to do a set. His wife was in a wedding dress, and he introduced her.
Come on.
Yeah, he said, they give her a hand. I just got married, all right, okay? And the woman stands up in a fucking wedding dress, and everyone claps, and then he goes, she's no prize. He goes, she says, we have so much in common. I said, I don't like to suck dick. And now she sits down. It's her wedding day. But anyways, so I see Rodney, and he's taking questions from the audience. And so they ask him about his doctor. So he says, Vinny Boombas is doing all right. Asked about his kids. Nothing, no respect at all. He says, one guy says, when are you going to do your next movie? You tell me, you cocksucker, these motherfuckers. Everyone's like, what? Motherfuckers don't give me a movie after fucking Harry Basil. Are you kidding me?
Like her.
Another terrific impression. Fantastic.
I love it.
Do you have a team? Do you have a rooting interest in football?
Yeah. I have a team I very much like. It used to be Denver because this is an interesting thing that happened. I never liked Peyton Manning. I don't know why, but I just didn't.
Are you a Brady guy, or are you just an anti-Peyton guy?
No, I just for some reason didn't like Peyton. I didn't like that Eli. I really didn't like that Eli was drafted by Seattle and said, no, I'm going somewhere else. I'm like, what? You're allowed to do that?
Elway did that to Baltimore.
That's right. He did. You're right. So I said, anyways, but Peyton Manning one time, I was in a hotel in New York and I was leaving it, and Peyton Manning was coming in, and he walked up to me and he said, hi, I'm a big fan. Peyton Manning? Like he said his own name as if he needed to. And I liked him. That's how shallow I am. A guy likes me, and then I like him.
Well, he was there that night.
What night?
At Radio City Music Hall.
Oh, well, you're right.
He was a young...
he was really young.
Yeah, he was super young. He's one of the awkward cutaways that you always get.
Right, because I remember looking and going, wow, is that him? Because I saw just recently, and another guy that hated me was Bill Bradley.
Well, I mean... even if he liked you, he couldn't show that he liked you. He's in politics. You know how that goes.
Exactly. But no, my team is the Seattle Seahawks because I love Russell, But I'll tell you this, man, I love Chip Kelly. I really love Chip Kelly. I don't like Kaepernick.
Not in the NFL?
Pardon me?
You like Chip Kelly in the NFL?
Yeah,
really?
I do, yeah. I think it's crazy to fire him because I just love that, exciting, super fast offense. I think it's such a great idea if it's perfected, but they never give him long enough, Because a team, it's almost like, in basketball, the triangle offense, if that even exists or is anything. But to do it that fast, that, almost no huddle, speed, for the entire game. It takes a while, for everybody to get comfortable with it, but you'd think once they got comfortable with it, they just crush everybody.
Everybody gets comfortable but your defense. That keeps having to go out there.
Like, oh my God.
For 40 minutes.
That's very true.
I feel like you should get extra money if you play 40 minutes in a 60-minute game,
that's very true.
That's spoken like a comedian. Hey, if I'm doing more time, you gotta break up the money.
Remember when Baltimore's defense was so dominant, and they were, they'd just be moving around like ready to go with Ray Lewis in front, and God, that must have instilled such fear.
They used to play a lot of time because their offense couldn't stay on the field, so they regularly would do 40 minutes.
Right. And I guess it'll be interesting. I keep hearing Denver being written off, but. They won with Peyton throwing 10-yard passes, and then, they got to the playoffs with Tebow and they won a game.
Yeah. I mean, look, the defense for the last couple of years has shown the ability to finish even whatever is going on the offensive side of the ball. So, I don't know if that's going to be true of Seattle. Because you just dropped the game to the Rams, who looked like...
No, that was kind of crazy. Yeah.
Division I AA in week 1. They had no business winning in week 2, but,
I know. I had them in I somehow survived my my pool because the first week, my suicide... I have a suicide pool for a lot of money. And I had I had Seattle week 1. And I had Baltimore.
You took Seattle in week 1.
Well, week 1 is so bizarre.
No faith in your team. No faith in them to go far.
Wait, no. I took Seattle to win.
No, I know, but you saved the good team.
Yeah, I know, but I was told that you have to win. I've never played a suicide pool.
Okay.
So I said, I had this whole, I looked at the entire year and I had it all figured out. And then my friend said, no, everybody tries that and then they lose right away. So he goes, you got to survive. That's the whole thing. And then you think strategy later.
No.
But I just creeped by with Seattle. And then last week, I had Baltimore.
Oh, so, okay. And, that was a good week to take Baltimore.
I was down 20-2 when I turned on the TV. I woke up late.
I don't think you want Baltimore the rest of the year after the way they looked in the first half.
Oh, my God. And then I said to my kid, how did they get a safety? And then they got no other points. And he said, no, they ran back a missed field goal.
Yeah. Anything can happen when Cleveland's playing.
I know, that's true.
Anything can happen.
That's absolutely true.
Now, kind of like you, one of the things you talk about in your book is gambling.
Yes, sir.
Like you, I don't drink and I don't smoke or any of that stuff anymore. I'm on the bench. I did it once upon a time, but it went bad.
Me too.
So, will you recommend gambling? Because I need a vice. I feel like I need something in my life.
No. I wouldn't recommend gambling. No. It's a lot of fun. And you don't hurt yourself physically, except your nerves and stuff. But there was one type of gambling that was so crazy. It was called lightning, and it only works on over-under bets, total bets. But you do it in basketball. So let's say the total was 180. Mm-hmm. So you bet so many dollars per point, So you start. So let's say you bet, if you're crazy, $1,000 a point. So you start $180,000 down, and then every 2 points they get, you go. So
whoa!
But
who does this?
So every basket, your heart's racing. Every missed basket. But once it hits 180, then it's $2,000 per basket. So then you're like in a dreamland. And then if it hits overtime, you're like, oh my God! So that's the craziest thing of it, because right from the first whistle, everything's important. But
you can't do that with like a J.R. Smith game or anything like that.
No. I have learned with professional football, which seems like the easiest thing to predict, I think is the hardest thing to predict. I think baseball is the easiest thing to predict in gambling, because baseball is a game of streaks. Like, for instance, Kirk Gibson's home run. Mm-hmm. Here's the Dodgers playing Oakland. Mm-hmm. A much superior team, and Kirk Gibson hits a home run. And what game does he hit the home run in?
Game
1.
Was that game 1?
Yeah.
I thought it was the series decided.
Yeah,
wait,
exactly.
So he's out there pumping his fists in game 1?
Yeah.
You don't pump your fists in
That's
game 1.
That's what's amazing about baseball.
I didn't know that.
So it was just assumed that they would win because of this dramatic thing that happened in game 1, and sure of all they did.
And Bill Buckner as well. A lot of people think that was game 7.
I know, they do. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
And also, if you go when Boston beat the Yankees when they were down 3-0 and they won 4 in a row, and then they won 4 straight after that to beat St. Louis or whoever was the National League champ. So if you get on a streak during the regular season in baseball, you can run that streak, whether it's a winning streak or a losing streak, for a lot.
See, I find basketball to be the most difficult because the final score is the most arbitrary. Because the final score in basketball has a weak correlation to how the game went. You could blow a team out and beat them by 7 because garbage time. You know what I mean?
Right. You're always telling your friends, no, it was different than different than the ticker looks.
Yeah.
And you got a bunch of scrubs in there, and or it's a close game, and then suddenly it's fouled, and all of a sudden they win by 14, or it's a tie game, and then they win by 9 in overtime.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's any crazy thing can happen.
Now, are you out of the game now?
I say football is the hardest because the ball's not round.
And to me, a round ball going in a round hoop or in putting a round ball going into a hole is more predictable than a weird shaped ball that can do anything. Like once it bounces off a guy's chest and goes in the air, and then it's bouncing on and the weirdest thing is 20 guys jump on the ball in a big pile, dog pile.
And they're squeezing each other underneath there also.
Because technically,
holding each other.
Whoever, if you had a camera that looked through people, technically the guy that's on the bottom of that pile holding the ball, touching the ground, covered with human beings, is the one that possesses the ball, but he's never the one that ends up with it.
No.
It's the big giant guy.
It's whoever has the least nerves below the waist.
Exactly.
In their extremities.
Exactly. Which it seems like athletes have that I could never. You see a boxing and a guy takes it right below the belt and he shakes it off in a minute. Like I would be throwing up in the corner for like an hour and a half,
According to an obscure 14th century law, British Army Captain James Hewitt could be hanged for having an affair with Princess Diana. The punishment for having sex with Princess Diana is death. The punishment for having sex with Princess Anne is having sex with Princess Anne. In other book news, Prince Charles released an autobiography in which he states that he never loved Princess Di and that his father pressured him to marry her. The book is entitled, "Of Course O.J. Did It." I mean, come on. New York City doorman Lenny Ladenhoff nearly fell over from shock when Princess Diana confided to him that she was feeling horny and invited him to drop by her hotel suite Thursday evening. Way to go, Lenny! A blind man felt Princess Diana's face last week and said she is the prettiest woman I've ever seen. He then picked up a toilet plunger and said, "Thank you for this royal scepter. I shall treasure it always." And now a correction to a story we ran last week. Prince Charles is actually the one in the middle. So we apologize for that. Well, New Yorkers were asked in a recent survey what they thought of the new slicked-back hairdo Princess Di displayed on a recent trip to the city. 38% of New Yorkers approved, 45% disapproved, and 17% said, "You stopped me for this? Now I'm going to shoot you." Former British cavalry officer James Hewitt, who was Lady Diana's secret lover, says he will never, ever disclose the contents of more than 100 love letters that she sent to him. This, according to Hewitt's new book, I Banged a Princess. In England, a much-publicized videotape of a naked Princess Diana having sex with her lover, Captain James Hewitt, has turned out to be a fake. But on the bright side, it's still a video of two naked people having sex. The Franklin Mint has announced plans to market a Princess Diana porcelain doll. And the timing of the move has made some people very unhappy. Critics charge that the doll is in poor taste, and they're even more upset about the Franklin Mint's other new offering, porcelain landmines. You can play with them together if you want. A Tampa businesswoman who bought several of Princess Diana's gowns as a collector is now putting them on display to raise money for charity. However, her method of display is being described by many as inappropriate. Still, for 4 bits, it's a good deal. Well, a sad story from Britain this week. According to the Earl of Spencer, several intruders have recently broken into his family estate in search of souvenirs from Princess Diana's grave.
but the Earl says he knows just how to protect the site. Landmines.
I use my time for you know what I do? I do a lot of charity work for things that people, I don't like arguing with people, you know, when they have another opinion than me. So what I do is I pick very popular opinions, and then I work for those people. Like, for instance, there was, you know the landmine big thing? Princess Diana, one of the greatest people who ever lived, she was against landmines. So tragically, she died, you know, before her landmine crusade really got rolling, you know. And of course, it was a terrible tragedy and everything like that. And then she died, and hey, how about this? Remember when she died, and then Elton John wrote that song for her, but it was the same song that he wrote for Marilyn Monroe? That seems like kind of a jip. But the king's like, hey, man, you wrote a song for my daughter? I don't know if there's a king. You wrote a song for Princess Diana? Yes. Well, you all ready? She just died an hour ago. Yeah, I wrote it. I wrote it. And here it is. She lived her life like a candle in the wind. Wait a minute. It sounds like that song you wrote about Marilyn Monroe. Well, it's a little bit. Some of the same words. Well, why'd you do that? Because they're similar when you think about it. Come on. Marilyn Monroe, she was taking crazy drugs and promiscuous, running around. Man, you know, you never knew if she was going to live or die. She's just living her life crazy like a candle in the wind, you know. And Princess Di, she lived in a castle. But, you know, they're sort of the same. They were blonde. I got to go. But anyways. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, that I am very against landmines. So I will go and I will make, I'll go to protests, you know, and I'll have a big sign that says, no more landmines. Because if you don't know about landmines, hey, you're educating me about stuff tonight. I'll educate you a little about landmines, you know, because there's many different causes, you know. And landmines are terrible. What they are is they put them underneath the earth, and then you step on them, and they blow you up. So I go there, and I protest against them. And what's fun about it is there's very few counter-protesters. You know, there's a couple of guys out there, but clearly these guys are in the pocket of the, you know, big landmine companies in this country, you know. I don't mean to get all Bill Maher on you or anything, but if you think that the landmine companies in this country care about you, the little person, they don't care about you. They care about blowing you up when you're not expecting it. That's how they make their money. No.
Hey, so I was at the fight. I was at the Pacquiao.
Yeah.
And I almost made a bet.
Yeah.
I almost made a bet that it would go the distance in Mosley's favor. Almost.
Wow.
But I was a little bit afraid. Tell everybody what your bet was, Norm.
I bet Pacquiao to win. 25,000 to win 3,000.
Wait a minute. How is that possible? You put down $25,000.
Yeah.
Maybe lose 25,000 to win 3.
Yeah, but I won 3.
What? Was it that it would a knockout or what was the actual bet?
No, it was just that he would win. But I got scared because I was so happy when Mosley went down, and then all of a sudden he got up. And then I was scared because, you know, one punch can end it at any moment, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And no, that's the most money I ever put on a fight. And also, I don't know nothing about boxing.
What did you go by, the commercials or his karaoke singing? Or? How did you pick Pacquiao?
Well, usually I kind of went against my instincts on this one because usually I pick the bigger, blacker guy. But in this instance, you know, I met him, Pacquiao, and he seemed unbeatable.
Yeah, he
you know,
is.
Pound for pound.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the other guy weighed more pounds. Well, pound for pound, Manny Pacquiao is the greatest fighter in the world. This Saturday night, Pacquiao defends his welterweight title in Las Vegas. Now, I don't gamble anymore. You could say I had a bit of a problem. And my bankruptcy lawyers have said as much as well. But after meeting Pacquiao, I had a strong feeling that he was going to win. Hey, Manny, listen, man. I don't know much about boxing. I just know mostly about high-stakes wagering. But you think you can beat this guy?
Yes.
Are you
Definitely.
Sure? You're sure? You're absolutely sure?
Yes.
Really?
Why?
I don't know. You just seem so sure that now it makes me feel good to go and make my bet.
Yeah?
Thank you, Manny. Hey, Neil, you bet $25,000 on Pacquiao to win. I'm telling you, it's a mortal lock.
I like this Sugar Shane Mosley.
Sugar Shane who? What? You never told me about this guy? Why is he on the cover? Manny, I got some Manny. What are you doing?
Eating.
Don't eat. There's no time for eating.
What?
Listen, you have that big fight on Saturday. I made a bet. $25,000 that you'll win.
$25,000?
Yeah. This is what I'm most concerned about. His first name is Sugar. Now, I don't know if you're a student of boxing, but guys whose first names are Sugar, they do pretty well.
Really?
Yes, Manny, really.
Don't worry.
Listen.
Don't worry, man.
What about this? Shouldn't you be doing this?
That's
jump rope.
Jump.
You've never heard the term?
I know that he is, but...
Stop eating! Why are you eating those cookies? Manny, listen. I was just at Sugar Shane's place down the street. Mm-hmm. You know what he's doing to get ready for the fighting?
What?
He is punching another man.
Really?
He's practicing his punching while you eat cookies. Have you ever lost a fight?
Yes.
How many fights have you lost?
3.
3?
Why?
Well, what's to stop you from losing 4?
No, it's not good.
So anyways, I'm worried about this guy, and I'll tell you why. He's bigger than you, and he's blacker. Mm-hmm. And that's what I go on with my boxing. I always pick the bigger, blacker guy. Hey, what do you get, by the way, if you lose?
Same.
The same, huh?
Same. Cookies?
Yeah, me as well.
Cookies. Beer.
Beer, sure.
Beer.
I'll have a beer. The fight is this Saturday in Vegas, and I just want to tell you this is a real ticket. This is not some TV horse. So I really feel good about it, but part of me wishes I'd bet on the other guy. But anyways, I'll be live tweeting the bout if you guys are modern. And make sure to watch it. Showtime, PPV, back, sports.
It's been so long since you came around. Need one more chance to make this right. So stay
$5,000 bet for the Manny Pacquiao fight.
Pacquiao's such a huge favorite. Even if he wins, Norm's only going to walk away with about $3,000.
Well, so if you bet 1,000, what do you get? Like $100 maybe?
No, 80.
No, always bet on black.
But come on, is this whole bet thing just some TV horse?
This is a real ticket. This is not some TV horse.
You know what else is real? Owing $25,000 to a Vegas kingpin. No pressure.
Have you ever done anything in your long and storied career that you consider specifically to be in bad taste as you look back on it? Maybe at the time you thought it was a good play, You look back on it and you think that was in bad taste.
Well, sometimes, like in stand-up, I'll do jokes that are like one time I was doing this thing in San Francisco, and they were all gay people in the audience. They told me, so I figured I'll do.
In San Francisco?
Yeah.
No.
So I figured I'd do stuff about gay people so that they could relate to it.
Yeah, it's warm up. They love that.
And so I was talking about, because I went to this gay pride parade, and I saw in it there were these old men and old ladies like with these signs that said, "We are proud of our gay son," you know? And so I was saying, that's an odd thing to be proud of, you know, because it's not an achievement, you know? It's not like something you work all your life to be gay or anything like that. And I just wondered, I had a hard time believing that these 50, 60-year-old men are actually bragging, you know, at work like they're, "Hey, Bill, you know, my kid, oh my God, we're proud of him, Johnny. He graduated from Harvard, you know, first in his class, you know what I mean? Now he's articling over at a law firm, and, oh yeah, he loves cock." You know? This kid, he can't get enough cock in his mouth, his ass, this kid's always cock. I got a picture of the boy here sucking another man's cock. I want to show it to you.
To watch the maturation of you as an artist, to realize it took you 9.5 minutes to get around to the sucking cock stuff. It's beautiful to see you comfortable in your own skin, Normie.
One time I was like, you ever see a gay pride parade? That's taking a little too far to be being proud or something like that. Because, you know, that's just what you are, man. You're gay. How can you be proud of that? You know what I mean? That's like saying, "Hey, man, I'm proud of being English." God damn. I gotta tell you something. I speak English. I can't tell you. My heart wells with pride about that, man. I talk English every goddamn day. I don't get that. How can you be proud of that? I went to that gay pride parade, man. I seen a guy, they have the parents of the gay guys, you know. God bless them, man. Because some of these guys, and they hold these banners, say, "I'm proud of my gay son," you know. Some of these motherfucking guys, you know, you can tell they were in the war and shit, you know. They never thought they'd be out with a banner saying, "I'm proud of my gay son." You know, the mothers are nice, the guys are like, kind of proud of them, I guess. But seriously, are they actually, you know, bragging about their son being gay? Or they down at work, hey, Billy, man, I gotta tell you something about Jimmy. God damn, we're so proud of him. He graduated Harvard last year, first in the class. God damn smart kid, man. He's articling now, you know, over in the Cambridge area. Oh, my God, next year he should be a full partner. Oh, hey, did I mention that he sucks cock? Oh, yeah. Oh, man, this guy loves cock in his mouth, his ass. It's unbelievable. Here, I got a picture of him here. Yeah, here's the guy with 5 cocks in his mouth. Right there, look at that. God damn, that guy. I don't know how he does it, but I am just so proud of that picture. That's the picture I'm most proud of. Him blowing 5 dudes.
And come to think of it, I got addicted to you. Oh, no, no, no. And come to think of it, I need somebody like you. Oh, no, no, no. I need someone like you.
I find like some things are too. I have some beliefs that are too inflammatory to even discuss. Unfortunately,
because of the way they'll be taken.
Because there are certain things in society that you're not allowed to believe or speak publicly. Mm-hmm. And so I'll just never say them. I'll just leave them in my little head. But mostly, I find all these things ridiculous. And I hate that we forced people into, first of all, I hate that we force people into identifying themselves by little tiny, because we oppress people, we further oppress them by forcing them to identify themselves as what I consider less than human. So if someone says, "I am proud to be black," I go, that's too bad for that guy, because it's a retarded thing to be proud of. We see it with white power. If someone says, "I'm proud to be white," we see how ridiculous that sounds. But we don't see it when a person says, because they've been oppressed, I'm proud to be black. But it is ridiculous. We've pushed them into a corner where now they're going to spend their whole life identifying themselves by the pigment of their skin, which is a sad waste of life. Or if you say, I'm proud to be gay, that's what I am, and that's how I'll live my life. Well, boy, you're really limiting yourself there, and it's too bad. And I know you've been forced into it by being pushed down and oppressed, but it's still very, very sad. And I don't think of myself as Canadian, and I think it's a terrible thing to say you're proud to be a Canadian or proud to be an American. I think that's all that stuff is nonsense. You're proud to be. You may as well be proud to have lungs. You know, you didn't accomplish nothing. You know, you're just born somewhere, or you know, you were just born with a skin that's a certain color, or born, you know, with a sexual attraction to a certain type of person. That stuff's all. It's all just little miniature things in life that are so unimportant. And when people try to tell me that God is not important, but that this nonsense is important, I couldn't disagree more.
This nonsense being life.
Not being life, being the tiny gossip of life. Like to me, saying I'm proud to be Asian, you may as well say I'm proud to have a green shirt. I don't know what the fuck you're so proud of.
Everybody lies, right? You gotta lie there, but you ever lie for no reason? That's a bad lie there. You know, usually there's a reason, like you want to protect somebody's feelings or, you know, screw over your buddy or something like that, but you ever lie for no reason at all, just all of a sudden a big lie spills out of your evil head there? You know? And you don't even know, like a guy comes up to you and go, hey, you ever see that movie with Meryl Streep and a horse? And you go, yes. And in the back of your head, you go, what the hell am I lying about over here? I stand to gain nothing by this lie. The hell am I thinking back here in my head? I don't know, man.
You know, Norm's one of those guys, he'll write something that's a really funny joke, but also let you realize he's a sick fucker. You know, it's like he said, yes. You ever find yourself, one of his Norm's bits, which I just thought, like, oh, I fell off my chair, and he said, you ever find yourself lying, telling a lie, and you're halfway through, you realize, wait a minute, there's no possible way I could benefit from this lie. Why am I lying? Saying, hey, did you see Avatar? Yeah. To me, that's just a monster.
Yeah.
You know, that's a twisted mind.
Yeah, he's gifted.
And my favorite thing about Norm is that he will just flat out lie. Just for his own entertainment, he'll just tell you a story that has never happened. He's completely making things up.
I was with
he does
Larry
it all the
Flint
time.
at the White House.
Yeah.
And he
Something
said,
like that.
I'll hook you up. Now, if my uncle from the plains of Ontario said, I'll hook you up, he'd probably get you a nice mincemeat pie. But when Larry Flint says it, something dirty.
Best.
Truly one of the best.
Is the First Lady a compulsive liar, though? It's beginning to look that way. In an interview on last night's 2020, intended to promote her new book, It Takes a Village, Mrs. Clinton folded under tough questioning by Barbara Walters and admitted that, in fact, it does not take a village, and furthermore, that she was aware that it does not take a village when she wrote the damn book. Meanwhile, President Clinton is hard at work on Tuesday's State of the Union address, in which he'll focus on crime, education, and the economy. At the request of the First Lady, part of the President's speech will be huge lies. More questions about Hillary Rodham Clinton's truthfulness. In an interview this week, the First Lady claimed that she won the women's 100-meter dash at the 1956 Olympics, and that she had an IQ of, quote, over 700. When it was pointed out to her that these were not especially good lies, Mrs. Clinton responded, I know, I have a problem, and then added, I invented the formula for 7-Up. In Whitewater news, federal regulators quizzed Hillary Clinton at the White House this week and gave her a perfect score on the lying section. She's a dirty liar. For years, Hillary Rodham Clinton has told people that she was named for the first man to climb Mount Everest, Sir Edmund Hillary. But as Esquire magazine recently pointed out, Sir Edmund did not climb Mount Everest until 1953, 6 years after Hillary was born. However, the First Lady does have a good explanation for the discrepancy. She loves to lie. A former Arkansas banker told the Senate Whitewater Committee this week that he gave Bill Clinton a $20,000 loan as a favor, even though it was, quote, unacceptable banking practice. In response, President Clinton stated that he has no recollection of such a loan, while First Lady Hillary Clinton said, we've never even been to Arkansas. Our top story tonight comes from the O.J. Simpson civil trial, where this week it was revealed that in his first interview with police, Simpson had refused to take a lie detector test. His reason? It detects lies. Stephen J. Hawking, the renowned astrophysicist, regarded as Albert Einstein's intellectual successor, conceded defeat this week in a wager he made 6 years ago with two professors at the California Institute of Technology. Hawking incorrectly bet against the existence of naked singularities, the mathematical point in a black hole where space and time are infinitely distorted, where matter is infinitely dense, and where the rules of relativistic physics break down. With all due respect to Mr. Hawking, what the hell were you thinking? I would have taken that bet, made a quick $20. On Wednesday, world chess champion Garry Kasparov tied Deep Blue, the IBM supercomputer that can examine 200 million positions per second, in the fourth game of their 6-game series. Earlier in the week, Kasparov admitted he made a catastrophic blunder in Game 2 when he failed to force a draw by moving rook to e8, opting instead for a Caro-Kann defense that soon transposed into a Pribble defense, which, after Deep Blue moved bishop to e7, gave him the advantage with his knight position. With all due respect to Mr. Kasparov, what the hell were you thinking?
What are you doing now?
I just saw on the TV my hair.
Okay. All right.
Now, he said from the beginning of, in 93, when he did stand-up, he would call the TV the TV.
The TV.
Who else do you know who says the TV?
Oh, I know who you're talking about, Bob Dylan.
Right.
Because I got to meet Bob Dylan once, and I was backstage with our guitarist Jimmy Vivino at a Bob Dylan show, and suddenly I got literally like pushed into a room where there was some, heavy-hitting people in there. I did not consider myself, nor do I still, one of those, but I got pushed in, and I got kind of shoved to the front of this line, and there's Bob Dylan. And he looked right at me and he went, I know you from the TV. And I remembered that in my head, Like, he calls the television the TV with the emphasis on T. And then Norm, all these years, used to say, it's the TV.
Now, Norm is a giant Dylan fan.
I didn't know that.
Enormous Dylan fan. And sometimes in his material, I feel like there's...
I think that's just Minnesota and Canada. Bob Dylan's from Minnesota.
Yep.
So you're hearing a guy from Minnesota, and you're hearing a guy from Canada, and you're hearing just a northern North American, the TV, you know?
Right.
Because that Canadian guy also says, like, I'm not a hobo, you know? I mean, those are all old, crusty white manisms, you know? Very Canadian, very upper northern, you know, U.S.
Well, here's an interesting fact, and I don't think it's been out there publicly, but Dylan was a fan of Norm's and invited him to his house.
Oh, wow.
And Norm was at Dylan's Malibu house for like 2 days.
Wow.
Wow. Spent the night.
Slept there.
Wow.
And
you want coffee?
What do you want to watch on the TV?
Who wants
I don't
waffles?
know. What do you want to watch on the TV? Let's both watch the TV. Finally, I found someone who who says it right.
You want to play volleyball?
But he told me about this, and it was an interesting experience. But he never talked about it publicly, which shows you, first of all, what a thrill that must have been for this guy who grew up a Dylan fan. But he talked about almost everything. You know, ask Bob Uecker.
Yeah.
He didn't keep much secret, but he never really talked about Dylan, and it just shows you how much he did.
Right, he didn't trade off of it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Any other comedian could have turned that into like a whole special, you know.
And the last time I saw him was at the Comedy Store. And he was uncharacteristically emotional.
Yeah.
Like when we parted company, he was. And there's a picture of me and him and like the back of Chris Rock's head. I put it in my special. That picture that's in the end of the closer was the last time that I saw him.
The last time I saw him with any regularity was we all went on a tour to do just stand-up, like...
The three of you guys.
It was
I had a couple other guys.
Funny because we had a text chain of a bunch of us, and
Oh, yeah,
we would
we had
all
a
fuck
text
around.
chain. Yeah.
And then one time he was arguing with Schneider about something, and about stand-up, and he goes, I'm the best comic out of all of us. And everyone went, yeah.
I saw him at the SNL 40th, and I didn't know he had cancer or anything, but I remember as soon as he saw me, he was like, I love you, Molly. Just he blurted out right away.
Yeah.
And I think I was like, I just had a sense of like, I could feel that he had this kind of urgency to say exactly what was on his mind in the moment.
Right.
Because maybe he'll never have that moment again.
Sometimes he'd be late in the morning because we're all taking off, and I would just go, hey, no, man, we got to get to this place, and he'd give me a look, and then after he passed away, then I realized he was giving me a look like, what the fuck do you want from me? I'm going through some shit, man. But he'd be like, yeah, all right, you know.
On the bus or backstage, he would come in and do bits. He wanted to keep, I like that, you know, when people are still funny and he's a good laugher. And that's always nice when a comic is a good laugher too, instead of just only going one way with it. They like to crack up with people. And that was a fucking blast. Did you wear a cowboy hat the whole time?
He bought a cowboy hat, and all of a sudden, cowboy hat walking around.
Weird, yeah. Like,
He would do that. He did get emotional a lot, though. Like on the whole tour, he would just all of a sudden get really teary-eyed and stuff, and he'd be like, "This is wonderful!" Like this, the tour itself, and like hanging out, and we'd have dinners and breakfasts and shit. And he was more. He'd just be so much fun to see. He had so much energy to hang.
Do you remember the last time that you had seen him?
I hadn't seen him for a while.
But the last time I saw him was at a bar by our place, and he would watch. He was a big gambler. But the last time I talked to him, when I was quarantining in Minnesota, he would I'd text him and I go, "Hey, what's up, dude?" And he goes, "What? Who's this?" And he would do this all the time. I go, "It's fucking Nick, dude." And he goes, "Nicky, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Nothing. I'm quarantined." And he goes, "You doing stand up?" And I'm like, "No, the fuck? I wasn't doing stand up." And he goes, "What's your plan?" And I go, "I don't know. I'm gonna kick it here, and then I think I'm gonna go to Key West." And I go, "I might just retire though, and just move to Reno, and just get like a residency, and then I'll just live in Reno and just work there, just be like an old comic."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Swear to God," he goes, that's a good idea." And I go, "Yeah, I don't know, whatever." He goes, "No, maybe I'll join you. We'll both headline Reno." And I go, "Dude, Reno's fucking a mess." I go, "No, I don't want to do that." So I go to Key West. A month later, he calls me and he goes, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I go, "I don't know. I'm in Key West. What's up with you?" And he goes, "When are you going to Reno?" And I go, "Dude, that was a joke. I'm not moving to fucking Reno and retiring as like a comic." And he goes, "Fuck. I thought it was a good idea." And I'm like, "No." And so that's the last time I talked to him. And then his closest friend, Lori Joe, I hit her up after Norman passed, and I was like, "Hey, are you doing okay?" And she goes, "One of the last things before Norm died, one of the last things he talked about was moving to Reno with you."
No.
Yeah, and I go, "Are you serious?" She goes, "Yeah, he was like, he really wanted to do that." And I was like, "Oh," and then that made me cry again. And yeah, it was just, that was Norm. It was awful.
Damn.
I'll tell you, I have so many Norm stories, but this is one of my favorites. And I was on tour, me, Sandler Spade, Rob Schneider.
Gambling is fun. Don't get me wrong, but the thing about gambling is that like you gotta keep pushing the stakes to keep upping that thrill.
That's right.
Juicing your veins.
Yeah. Artie Lang used to.
He used to go hard. Huh?
Oh my God! He told me some of the numbers. And
Norm is the worst, right?
Norm is. Oh my God!
Norm MacDonald is supposed to be like the worst of all time.
Oh my God! He's like just fucking so bad I couldn't get on his podcast this week.
What kind of numbers?
Well, Artie told me a story about Norm, and he says it's absolutely true that he won like $60,000 one night, and he walked out. Where were they gambling? Where the hell was it? It wasn't Vegas because there was an ocean nearby, and he threw all the money in the ocean because he knew he was going to piss it away anyways.
What?
Yeah, that's what Artie told me.
I wouldn't doubt that.
I wouldn't either. You know Norm.
He's
Hey,
legit
it's only
crazy.
mine. Yeah.
Legit crazy.
God.
Wasn't Norm the one we just talked about that had that famous story where he threw the money in the ocean because he knew he was going to lose it? Was that Norm?
Yeah, he decided to throw it out because he thought it would just make him lose more.
But that might have very well been urban legend. Do you know is that true?
Well, a lot of this could be urban legend. Who knows?
No,
that?
not from you. I'm saying I didn't hear it from Norm.
I agree that
Did
could
you?
be. No, and I agree that could be urban legend, absolutely.
Well, everyone knows he's just a wild maniac.
He's one of the funniest, smartest human beings I've ever met, but he's got a true edge and a true danger, and that's what happens. I love him, though. He's a rock star, man.
He's a bad motherfucker.
He's a rock star.
He's hilarious.
I've heard the Norm stories.
I'm
Fuck
blackjack guy.
Oh, yeah. I play blackjack.
I love
What was your
blackjack.
biggest loss? Did you talk about it?
Nah.
Not really, huh?
Nah.
I don't blame you.
A lot. It was a lot.
Yeah, you're over it though.
I did a stupid thing one time.
Okay, he's ready to talk.
This was my big statement I threw over at Atlantic City on the boardwalk. I threw 60,000 into the ocean.
What? No way.
Yeah, to quit. That was my thing. I'm going to quit.
Why didn't you just quit and keep the 60?
It was supposed to be like I felt like I was in a movie.
Wow.
That was a symbolic kind of a thing. Like, was it money or chips?
That was money.
His money?
Holy shit.
I said chips, and he goes, what's that?
Wait, so you threw 60 grand, because you had a moment where you're like, this is cleansing, this is like, to the ocean, I committed.
The same way a drug addict would throw his drugs into the ocean.
Right.
How long after it left your hand did you regret it?
I regretted it pretty good.
See, I would have thrown the fucking dealer into the... That's how I would get over it.
I need your love. You free my mind. I need your love. Yeah, you free my mind.
Well, but I've seen you go for like 20 minutes, and then the next 20 you get into a darker place, which is, for me, I really love it. Like, I love when you get...
Well,
when
I find it's like seducing, you know, you give the candy and the flour in the first 20 minutes, and then you're ramming it up their fucking hot ass later.
Right, but when you're giving candy and
big cock.
Right, but when you're giving the flowers and the candy, is it to a kid? Or is it, because I know the second part of what you just said.
This is a joke I heard. You want to hear a joke?
Please.
Okay. This guy is driving down. He's a pedophile.
Why is the big cock always juicy with you? I mean, ever since I've known you, it's like, and it's a juicy big cock. So is it like prime rib? Does it have drippings? If you're going to eat it like corn, is it like a Hoffy? I mean, it's got... you put paper towels under it because it's going to have drippings?
Well, you know, the actual truth of it is like, it's like, here's my hot cock. The truth of it is,
well, who says that?
People always say that. My hot
and they're
cock.
doing this on a walker?
No, that's the lady's hips.
Oh.
So, but the truth is, a vagina is hot. A cock is actually cold. But of course, you know,
mine gets warm.
You think it does in your head, but no.
No, in my hand.
No, your hand is
My
hot.
head's colder than my cock.
Your hand is colder than your cock.
Yeah, if I touch my head and then touch my cock is hotter.
Yeah, but it's nowhere near as hot as the woman's vagina. So she's getting a cold
depend
cock.
on the woman?
That's where they came with the impression, the cold cock punch. But here's the joke.
No, the cold cock punch has nothing to do.
But here's the joke.
Cold cock it's got cock a trigger.
Yeah.
So you're cold cocking like you would a trigger.
Yeah, you're way off.
Not like a hot cock that you hit somebody with their hot. Here's a hot cock, I'm gonna knock you out.
That's interesting. I
It's
didn't
not
know
bad.
that.
It'd be cool if I had a
So
cock
that
I
comes,
could
that
knock
makes
someone
sense.
out.
Oh, that'd be a great. Cold cock.
You censor this?
No, but this is the joke.
You're just gonna come
I don't
over
really want to do
juicy.
this joke because we want to get onto stuff, but I'll tell you quickly.
Please.
So it's a guy, a pedophile, is driving in a car, and he sees a kid, and the kid is going through a dumpster, and the kid finds a welding hat. A lot of things happen in this joke, coincidentally.
Right.
He finds a welding mask, and the kid puts on the welding mask, and he's running around having fun with the welding mask. And the pedophile goes, "You want to drive, kid?" The kid goes, "Sure." So the kid gets in, and the pedophile says to the kid who's wearing this welding mask, he says, "Would you like? Do you like to get your cock sucked?" And the kid goes, "Oh no, what? No." And he says, do you want to suck a cock, suck my cock?" "Oh, no. Well, how about would you like to get my big juicy cock shoved up your hot ass?"
It's gonna have a clean punchline. I
So
know that.
finally the kid goes, "Oh, I understand. No. I'm not actually a welder."
Right.
That's a crazy joke. Hey, do you want to take? Hey,
Want to take some questions?
I asked my Twitter followers for questions for Bob Saget.
But is it pedophile? Is that the actual word? It's pedophile, isn't it?
No, it's pedophile.
Is it pedo?
I was at a party with a friend inside, noticed you first, and you returned my gaze, knew how to quench my thirst. You took me to that room like a dream come true. The dance you performed was just for me and you. Kisses on the neck, then you work your way down. Let yourself go for me all around town. Seductively still.
My dad used to call it "take a shave." Take a shave. He'd get mad at me. But anyway,
why didn't you shave?
But it's a fantastic.
Why didn't you shave?
I didn't shave because I wanted to do this commercial and show, you know.
Or do you like that look?
Well, who would like this look? I want you to sign up for Dollar Shave Club by going to dollarshaveclub.com/Norm. You will get high quality razors sent to your door.
That's not, come on.
It's a little frightening.
I wouldn't mind it. Do you ever run out of razors and you're like, damn it?
Yeah,
you can't run out to the store.
Yeah, well, you
with a
don't have to
beard.
here because you get high quality razors sent to your door every month, and it's for a fraction of what you pay retail.
That's even better.
Also makes a great gift for Father's Day. Is your father still alive?
No.
God damn,
Thanks
that's
a lot.
2 out of 3. He's dead too?
Yeah.
Oh, well. Oh, this is about your aunt.
My aunt?
Is she fucking dead?
Yes.
You don't have a living aunt?
Maybe.
Adam Egget, do you use the Dollar Shave Club?
No, I mean, not today.
Yeah, look at you. You go to dollarshave.com.
Well, it's perfect for me.
Do you want to know how to get there?
Yes.
You go to dollarshave.com/norm. That's dollarshave.com/norm. Gotcha.
Is it $1 a day for one razor?
No.
I don't know why they call it Dollar Shave.
Huh?
$1 a month?
Listen, man, I can't answer every question.
It's called Dollar Shave Club.
Yes, that means it costs you $1 over the course of your lifetime. For $1 a month, have all your shaving needs met? I mean, on your face?
Well, you can use it for anything.
Well, that's true.
Do I have to only use it on my face?
No, they have no rules here. They have no rules.
Then yes.
Of course, they have no rules. They send fucking razors to your house.
One more real quick.
You want
$1 per month, and
Yeah,
you get
$1
like
per
as
month.
many razors. That's kind of a good deal.
Yeah, kind of. That's like, for the whole year, that's like $14.
I
don't know how they make any money.
They can't be
Volume.
They can't be high quality razors for
Well,
$1 a month.
They're the highest quality razors in the world. You can slit your wife's throat.
It's somewhere in between.
Huh?
I think it's somewhere in between.
It says high quality.
Well, it's definitely high quality.
It's high
because they told
quality
us
razors
earlier.
sent to your door.
It says high quality razors.
Every month. You would be crazy not to have high quality razors sent to your house every day.
Feelings flowing up and down, picking up the pieces that you left behind, hitting a new type of flow, breathing in the smoke and clearing up my mind. The thoughts of you, I never knew what the hell you got me into.
Also this week in Washington, several prominent Democrats joined Republicans in pleading with Attorney General Janet Reno to investigate fundraising abuses and also to shave. Well, more bad news for ice cream moguls Ben and Jerry in their continuing battle with the Food and Drug Administration. This week, the FDA banned their newest flavor, stuff from Ben's beard. Meddling bureaucracy wrecking that. Well, bad news for ice cream moguls Ben and Jerry. This week, the Food and Drug Administration banned their newest flavor, Ben's back hair.
ZZ Top saying that every girl's crazy about a sharp-dressed man, but you know what they're not crazy about? Gross long beards.
It's funny and true.
That one was written for yours. That was
no,
more
no.
your cadence right there.
No.
But you know what they're not crazy about? Gross long beards.
A new study found that men with beards are more attractive. This is a study that took place at the University of... I'll do it another week. It's such a funny joke.
Another week.
A new study found that men with beards are more attractive than men without beards. More great work from the University of Bob Seger.